Hi, I'm Kai, and today I'm at the Hannover Fair on the booth from Siemens, and I want to talk about the cooperation between Siemens and EPLAN. Therefore, I have a special guest, Rainer Brehm. Rainer, thank you very much for your time. Would you like to introduce yourself?
First of all, Kai, thanks for coming to our booth. My name is Reiner. I'm responsible for the factory automation business at Siemens globally.
Yeah, Siemens and EPLAN has announced already the partnership last year. Can you give us a little bit more information about this partnership and how we users can benefit from that?
Well, first of all, EPLAN is a market leader, Siemens is a market leader. A lot of our customers are using EPLAN and Siemens. And so it's, I think, our duty to bring our both solutions as close together as possible. And we have done that over years. You can select components from Siemens, use it in EPLAN, and generate out of that the hardware configuration for the PLC program. So we want to intensify that collaboration. We want to shape the future together because it's already good, but it can be improved further.
Yeah, that's true. The data exchange between the TIA portal and EPLAN, this is something, it's our daily business as electrical designer. What do you think is the biggest challenge in the technology? What are the biggest hurdles to overcome to make this vision come true for a completely digital engineering process?
Yeah, if you talk about a completely digital engineering process, it does not start with EPLAN, it does not end with TIA portal, because there's something up front, maybe something afterwards. And I think we need to look at that more holistically. So the question is, where does EPLAN get the data from? So how can we standardize that? But for example, we're working together at, for example, Factory X, where we discuss, can we generate data on a standard format? We use the asset administration shell. And with that, maybe then a team center, which is a tool from Siemens, which do a PLI management, where a customer has, for example, the design of a machine, has a bomb of material, and that can be used to generate, go to EPLAN. Then you go to TIA portal, and then if you're the TIA portal, can you extend further into maintenance? And if you have done this, can you come back? Because if maybe there's a component which is obsolete, can you go back and say, well, this is obsolete, change it in EPLAN, go back to Team Center. So having that closed loop really seamlessly, I think that's the next step.
Okay. That means what we know already today is the automation ML interface.
Yeah.
This needs to extend, or basically the administration shell, asset administration shell, will be the future data standard for this process.
Absolutely. But we don't give up existing standards. The beauty on the asset administration shell is you can incorporate different standards. So it's not you give up a standard, I think you make it more holistically.
Yeah, when we have a look on the whole process, we have E-class standard, we have eTIM, we have GTIM, we have automation ML, everything is combined in the
And you can put it as submodels into the
exactly.
asset administration shell.
Yeah.
The word is really terrible.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, another point is work with AI is still something new for us engineers. How you make sure that the whole process is reliable and traceable for us users so that we can trust this new way of work?
Well, maybe relate to what we just have announced, or not just announced, our copilots. Well, yesterday we won the Hermes Award, so I'm very proud with
Congratulations
for the team. No, but on the copilot, it's a copilot.
Yeah.
It's not an autopilot. That means a copilot gives you suggestion what to do. And they can look at, do step A, B, C, and then they say, okay, confirm, do step A. Then you get a result. You can check the result and say, okay, continue with step B. So first of all, it's not an autopilot. I think number one. Number two, our job as industrial companies is to make those data much more reliable. So when we use copilots, we don't use standard large language model. We are fine-tuning this. Maybe we might train own models based on industrial data. So it's also very important that we make it from industry for industry, using industry data to make it more reliable.
Yeah, I think there are not enough data available to train a model in the moment for you, or it's hard to get them.
Yes and no, but I think you can do already a lot of things by fine-tuning. So it's not like you need to train a model from scratch. You can use our existing model and kind of adapt it. And for that, there is data available, but you are right, more data, as more data, as better it is.
Yeah. Can you give us a little bit exact explanation or some idea of an AI agent you're developing together with EPLAN and Siemens, what will bring us a benefit?
So maybe I explain a little bit the concept of an agent before we go in the detail. When we have copilots, we do a certain task. We generate PLC program, we generate an HMI screen. This is a copilot. But as an automation engineer, you work on the entire workflow.
Yes.
And now the idea is, and there are specific tools in the entire workflow. So EPLAN is a tool, but also if you have a valve from Festo, then you have a Festo tool, yeah? You have a PLC from Siemens, you have a Siemens tool. So the logic is, can we use those tools? And can those tools be represented in the entire workflow as an agent? And then the question is, okay, if I have different agents, is there an orchestrator which basically acts as an automation engineer who says, okay, I first do this, then do this, and then do this, and then automate this. So our logic is the tier portal will be an agent. There will be a copilot for doing code generation using also the tier portal. EPLAN will generate agents which will do the electrical design, for example, of a cabinet. So we kind of push forward everybody in the industry to provide their skills, their tools as agent, then they can be used by artificial intelligence, which is an orchestrator of those agents.
Yeah, the way to work together with AI agents will change the work for us as electrical designer completely. How we work today and how we will work in the future, this will be completely different. Do you have any recommendation for us what we can do now when we want to prepare us for the future of electrical design?
First of all, I think for everybody the world gonna be different. So and also in all different levels, because I believe agents will be the kind of your companion. So you will have people you work with, but you might also have digital representation of people of skill which are the agents. So you will work probably in a hybrid team. From an electrical side, I think just to understand what capabilities are in there, to understand on where you look at the workflow, where you have a lot of manual tasks, which could be maybe replaced easily by agents, and then have a discussion with EPLAN, have a discussion with Siemens, how we work on that. That's not all mature, it's not set in stone. We are developing, and that's an exciting thing, together how we shape the way how we do automation electrical engineering.
Yeah, I'm really curious about the future, and if you need to beta tester for some AI agents, let me know.
We do, okay.
I'm open to test it. If you have further questions about this, please write it down in the comment, drop a like, don't forget to subscribe and activate the notification, and I hope to see you in the next video from Kai and
Rainer.